Food for thought. Invest in yourself. Just invest in yourself. You definitely pour into people and you give of yourself a lot. You definitely do. You are the type of person to give your all. To give everything that you have to those who you truly care about. And they appreciate that about you. But you must invest in yourself first. I mean, from a spiritual perspective, a mental aspect, an emotional way, and even specifically, I feel like is almost as important as your mental is your physical health. You have to make sure that your mind, body, soul, and being, or soul and being, same thing, but your entire person, your entire being, your whole soul is nourished. That it is in tip-top shape to be able to do the things that you truly want it to do. I envision my body as as like a temple. I think we've all heard that saying, as a temple. That we want to make sure that it is like not fine, but like refined. That's the word, refined. Like a really, really good example that I have just from athletics. They use this analogy all the time in athletics, is that as an athlete, your body is like a sports car. It can do high intensity workouts. It can play games. It can play matches. It can do so many different things at such a high level. And for the car analogy, your car can go 0 to 60, 0 to 100 real quick. I'm not a car person, so I don't know. But I do know that expensive cars need good fuel. And so does your body. Your body is your vehicle. Your body is the thing that gets you from point A to point B. Your body is the thing that takes care of you every single day and every time you exist. Literally every single minute that you're alive. That your body takes care of you. I think especially from a girl's perspective, it is so easy to get trapped into the mindset of being small. You want to be tiny. You want to be like the models. But you need to make sure that you're nourishing your body. Even guys too. It is so common for guys to have body dysmorphia and so many other things. So I'll also include you. But I feel like societally, it's more towards women. But now men also have it too. But regardless, as a human, it is very common to want to be small, to have a certain body type, to look a certain way. And sometimes some people very much directly coordinate that to your food. Which it does, but it's rather the quality of food, not the quantity. Because your body needs food to run on. Your body needs things to run on to have its fuel. You want to invest good things from a physical perspective, good things into your body so it runs at its highest and best way. Because if you think about it, your body runs on food to digest your food, to move your legs, to keep your heart beating, to function, to allow your brain to even function. That's why they always say this. I don't know if it's true, but I think it's true. I like breakfast. I'm a breakfast person. Breakfast is the most important meal of the day. I believe that. I don't have any scientific evidence to back that up. But I support that statement, but no evidence. So take my words with a grain of salt. But I digress. Your body does need food to function, and especially for your brain to think right. you need to be able to invest in yourself from a physical perspective. And it's so important to not even work out to look good, but to work out to feel good. Feeling good and looking good are two different things, but can simultaneously be achieved. You know? Feel good, then you look good. Because you should start to do working out. You should start to work out. You should start to work out to feel good. If you've had a really long day, go for a walk outside. If you've had a bad day, go for a walk outside. If you had a great day, that's an even better reason to go outside and have a walk if you can. Because it just gets your body moving. It allows you to get rid of that extra energy. I do that all the time. All the time. Because I personally like to get up in the morning, go work out, have classes from 9 probably to like 2:30, sometimes 4 depending upon like if I work, and I'm like very stagnant. And sometimes I get super antsy at the end of the day. And so I'm like, I'm just going to go for a walk. I'm just going to go for a run. I'm just going to go to the gym again and do something light. Because it takes your mind off of the present. Do not get me wrong. Being in the present is very important. It is so important to appreciate what you have. But at the same time, we cannot dive deep into our head and think about the present constantly and think about the past and the future. And I find it really easy to not think about a single thing when I'm at the gym. And that is what I do. The two things that I do. I eat good, and that's what I promote. Because I want you to have a good life and a healthy one, and one that you can absolutely sustain. And small steps of fueling your body and even driving your body, of just walking, are good things for you. And especially from the perspective of your mental and soul being, it's so important. I said it again. It is so important. It's very important. It's critical. It's essential. It's literally every single adjective that you can think of as key to living, is to work in cohesive sense with physical and those things. With your mental, kind of went over that. That's okay. But you get the gist. But it's from the perspective of learning. You should try to learn something every single day. It doesn't have to be like, oh my gosh, I learned this new thing from school and I'm done and I learned something new. That's a good academic perspective. That's always valuable. Always valuable to have an academic learning experience. But I think from a life experience, even more so, is to take away something every single day. To take away something that you've learned. To take away something that you've found even appreciative. Because it's something that you've learned. And being open to what the universe has. And to be able to take what the universe gives you and to give back what you want to and you should. I think one thing that I learned in one of my in my business ethics class, or honestly kind of like in like an overall experience, is like as people get richer, they become less willing to donate. When somebody has an abundance, sometimes people do not give. Because there is sometimes, not all the time, I just know sometimes, that there's a mentality of the opposite abundance, like lacking, like the insufficient amount of money. And that's why some people hoard onto it. And I think I'm trying to work on this. I'm trying to be able to donate more of my time and like monetarily, is just by giving. Because I've heard of this saying, like it's kind of dealing with stocks, that the tighter you try to hold on to money, the more you might have. But once you let it go, let's say into stocks or into real estate or something that you can have compounding interest in, it'll grow. And that is the same analogy for you. you can learn how to give and how to receive. Life is about taking and giving, because there's that ultimate exchange. Because what you give is what you receive, and what you sow is what you reap. And I think it's so important to be able to not only focus on yourself from those four, like mental and physical aspects, but I also think from a soul perspective. What are you fueling yourself with? What are you consuming? Are you watching things that you shouldn't be watching? Are you doing things that you shouldn't be doing? Are you listening? Are you talking to things that you shouldn't be talking about or listening to? How do those things make you feel? Because it's so important to be aware of how your soul feels, how you feel, because it's a tell of if you are doing something that you should be or what you shouldn't be. This is all about learning what you like to do. This is all about learning about what works for you and what doesn't work for you. It's hard. It's something that I'm a novice at, that I'm still and will forever always be learning. And that's okay. We have our entire lives to maybe find a little bit of a balance of mental, physical, emotional, spiritual, your soul, your being, and how it wants to live. And that's the thing that we have to learn on the way of life, of what makes us happy, what fuels us to make us feel the best, what we want to do to make ourselves the happiest and most fulfilled that we can do. And we must do that before we can pour and genuinely pour into someone else's cup. Because we must take care of ourselves first and invest in ourselves, because we are the only things that we have at the end of the day. So treat yourself with the utmost respect. Invest in yourself and value yourself. Food for thought.